Oh, yes. We had a couple of very good days. Summery days. Perfect, perfect weather here in London. And it was so amazing to feel the sunshine on my skin. And I thought I'm going to have a little rerun. And I don't want to have it like 4 hours long, but it would be so cool, to have it 4 hours long. No, it's gonna be less than an hour. 2020, I'm not gonna say everyone knows what happened that year. And if I need to say one good thing, it would be that that year was one of the best weather ever I ever experienced here. And next to my house, close to my house, few minutes walk, there was like a little green space. And usually no one used that space. Maybe some people went for a little running, maybe walking, dog, but that's it. And 2020, when in March, when it was so hot, so one day we decided to go there to have a little picnic, and we find hundreds of people there. It felt like half of the city is there, and we were like smiling. That time, I was doing a daily vlog every single day, and I decided not to do that because it's like already everyone moved on. So I jumped in time 2 years, 2022, and that summer we were walking just like that, just relaxing, chilling. We were walking by the River Thames, which is always amazing, especially summertime. And we find a group of people, again, more than 100 people, hundreds of people. They were watching, like really admiring about 30, 40 people who were performing with fire, with flames, and that was real art to it. So I was really thinking that now we're getting closer and closer to summer, that I'm going to have a little rerun of things, like the best, most entertaining experiences, and it must be that one with the people who were dancing with flames. So that's what you're gonna see first, and then there will be a second part, which which is very interesting. I kind of always wanted to try something, but I tell you when we get to the second part. Enjoy the rerun of the dances with flames. It's very rare to see rock festivals in the news, and today I saw some, and that is great. There's one in Hungary, in Eastern Europe. It's called the Sziget. If you translate it, Sziget is the island, so it's an island festival. And when I was younger, I was there. I attended 9 times, at least 9 times. And, the experiences I had there is really important. For example, one that first comes to my mind when I think of the Sziget festival is definitely when we went to a concert, because you have like a lot of concerts in the same time, almost 24 hours a day, because you have many, many stages all over the place. And many times when we had nothing to do, we just, looked at the list and we just went to see someone we didn't know the name of. we haven't heard of them, and we just, just like, you know, we just decided to go and see and give him, give him, her, or they like 5 minutes of our time, and if we didn't like it, we just moved on to the next stage. And we had very, very, very good fun doing that. And one night we were going home, and obviously when you are in this rock festival, you don't live in a hotel, you don't have a hotel room or something like that, you're basically camping. So we had this tent, but it was a huge tent. It was enough for like 10 people. So it was like a massive tent, it takes hours and hours to build, and it was a very strong one as well. So even if you try to climb on the top of it, it would probably be able to hold you up, probably, yeah, because it was not made of plastic sticks, but it was like proper metal. It was very, very strong. The end was it was enough for 10 people easily. And we were going home, and we thought that the tent is obviously empty, and there was not empty. And we were there, middle of the night, people, the crowd going up and down, people wondering about drinking and having fun, or deep in their thoughts. Everyone is moving, and we opened our tent. Oh, no, I remember now. It was opened. It was completely open, so we could see as we approached, as we getting closer and closer, as we were walking closer and closer to our tent, we saw that someone sleeping in it. Someone was sleeping in our tent. Oh my god. Yeah, obviously we woke him up, and there was some conflict. He didn't know where he is and all that stuff, but after that everything ended well. But kinda difficult to explain someone when you wake up that you didn't go to his tent, he went to a different tent, and we woke him up. So it's like he thought that we went to the tent, his tent, and we needed quite a long time to explain it to him that actually he was the one who went to the wrong address. He has the wrong postcode. Oh my god. One learn negotiation skills really quickly in this kind of situations. But when I think of it, it's it's a good and fun memory. Travel is the best way to get inspiration, new inspiration, and I was thinking, because right now it's August, and I was thinking what to do next year, and always two places comes to my mind. One is New York, because I've been there many times, and I feel like home is definitely something where you can, at least me, I can recharge my batteries, like creative batteries. And the other place is obviously Japan. But all these places is something I know really well. So when we went to Disneyland this year, I realized, and it's not just the Disneyland. Before the pandemic, with my friend, my ex-flatmate, we went to Athens. And the first time in my life I saw the Parthenon, I said, oh my god, this looks completely different how I imagined. So I think for next year, 2023, it should be something that I never ever tried, and I think it has to do something with hiking. And I know that in my previous job, my colleagues, 3 or 4 of them altogether, they went to Nepal for a month. That is 4 weeks, a month, just to hike a mountain. And this is very interesting for me, to go to a place like this, like somewhere where you're active, you're not lying in the beach or something and having cocktails and smoke cigarettes and all that stuff. So I think about that. Maybe it's not gonna be Nepal or not gonna be something very exotic, but it will be something about the hiking. And you know, the moment I realized that I'm interested in this one, my whole workout routine, because every day I do some workouts. It's not really a routine because sometimes I do it, sometimes I neglect it, and sometimes I do it for an hour, sometimes I do it for 20 minutes, and that's it. But the moment I realize that next year I probably gonna do a hiking, and obviously not for 4 weeks, but you know, maybe 2 weeks or something like that. That is what is feasible, because 4 weeks is quite a long time. I don't think I have that condition, you know, to hike a mountain for 4 weeks in a row. So since then, I do my workout routine completely differently. I can handle much more because it's like the moment the idea came to my mind, already my body is already, you know, working on putting me in a position where actually I'm able to do some hiking. Maybe not 4 weeks long, but some, you know, because for that you need a very good physique. Oh yes, I need to tell you this. I wanted to tell you this earlier, but well, now I remembered it that this is the time. So my grandma was living in a capital, but she had like a weekend house. My grandparents, they had a weekend house outside of the capital, and this is the place where they shoot many movies and serials. They did the Henry Cavill movie. It was a Netflix series called The Witcher, so they were shooting that there. And it was a lovely place on the mountain, or you can call it a hill. And this is August, so one of our biggest celebration as a country, Hungary, it's 20th of August, and we have fireworks. And you know, there's a very big debate that should we have these fireworks or not, because it's very expensive. But definitely from my grandma's weekend house you could see it. So basically you just bring the chair at the end of the garden and you can see the whole city, and you can see the fireworks above the Donau River. And my grandma decided to sell it. And I was so stupid that I did not offer to buy it. It was like, oh my God, it's like, I'm thinking about it every day. Well, not every day, but you know, anytime when I'm booking holidays, it comes up to my head that, you know, I could have a weekend house, but I would have bought from my grandma, from my grandparents. That was so stupid to let that go. Actually, that's why I don't watch serials about what if situations, because you have 100% chance to build up depression inside you. And anyway, this kind of train of thought doesn't lead anywhere at all. Maybe, you know, next time you get you get into this kind of situation, you would think twice, but maybe no. And we need to think about that when you own a property like that, even if it's a second property, so not a place where you actually live on a daily basis, it could be, you know, you could be opening a Pandora's box. Because, for example, my grandma said that she kept receiving letters that she needs to pay thousands and thousands of pounds because they decided that they want a road. There was no real road. That was like basically dirt road leading up to the property, and they wanted to, you know, build a proper road there. But in this case, it's well, it doesn't come off from It's not like people arrive there and they build the road for you, and the next day your property worth 10 times more. No, no, no. It's the situation is that you actually need to pay. So all you, your neighbors, you are the ones paying for it. And I'm not sure if I would agree to do that. And it's very difficult because you cannot say that, oh, I'm actually fine with the dirt road, and 9 out of 10 neighbors, they said, no, 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 we want a proper road here with the road signs and the lights, traffic lights and everything, and they pay for it. Then it means that you need to pay for it as well. For me, it's a very interesting discussion about renting and owning, because when you own someone, it needs such a different mindset than when you're renting. For example, if you're renting and your landlord comes or send you a letter that, okay, from next month, the rent will increase £100, you can decide if you stay or you go. And if you don't like it, you just go. But if you own a property and, they say that, okay, tomorrow you need to pay £2,000 because we want a proper road with lights and everything, then you need to pay it. There's no way to escape that situation. The other problem is that there are no shops there, not even nearby. So it means that basically you need to plan a whole day when you do the shopping. And the food, what I actually like, well, it's a big question, If I would move there for like 2 months, how would I handle the food situation? Because some people, they buy the food, like they do a big shopping like once a week or like once a month, and that's it, that's enough. But I don't know, if I think about my favorite food, for example, it's when you mix up potato and pasta and you put sauce on it, tomato sauce. That's my favorite food. No meat, just pasta and potato and tomato sauce. It's a Hungarian food. It's quite good. And basically, the tomato sauce is, it can handle it has a quite long shelf life. Pasta as well, because it's dry. Potato is the only one that could handle maybe a week. And actually, that food is something that I could eat for 2 months every single day. A couple of years ago, everyone, moved from the personal face-to-face meetings to Zoom and WhatsApp and all sorts of platforms where you can talk to people online, talk to your friends and colleagues online, and clients, of course. And for that reason, I bought microphones. I have several. I have at work. I have one I always have in my backpack. I have it at home. I have 2 different ones at home. So for every occasion, for every location, I have one. And for that reason, I never use the one at home. It's basically a microphone that is kind of longer. So basically, you don't have to sit in your chair, your gaming chair, which I don't have because I left it in my previous place. But this microphone is exactly for the reason if you want to move around in the room, especially if you have a chat for like 2, 3, 4 hours, then you need to move around the room. I like to pace in the room, and for that you need a special microphone. Otherwise you need to carry the microphone with you, and I didn't want to do that. And you know what? I never do any audio test. And I did, I was talking for maybe 10 minutes about ordering a black wife beater. And I talked about it a lot. And the microphone did not work because I didn't test it. And it's like, oh my God, I was so sad. It never happened before. In secondary school, in high school, there was like a period in my life when I was wearing only black shirts, and I wanted to order these black wife beaters. So I put it in the search engine, and it turned out that they don't call it like that. There are several different names, which I'm going to tell you now. Sometimes they call it men's athletic lightweight vest, or you can find it like men's tank top vest. Like, what? But of course, I can imagine that for some people it would, wife beater would sound a bit weird. They would think about all sorts of things, not actually the tank top for men. I know if you don't live in London and you check the temperature, you see that, I don't know, oh, it has 22 degrees and this kind of thing. But I can tell you that it's not 22, it feels like 40 or 50 or 60 or even more. There is actually a video about a guy saying that he came from a very hot country, but somehow in England the hot feels so different. And the guy said, so it's not my joke, it's his joke. He said that anywhere else in the world, when the sun looks down, the heat comes with complimentary drinks and biscuits, crackers. But in England, it comes with an anger. The sun looks down and very aggressively says, oh, you wanted summer all year long, then here, you get it then. And I love this video. I love this TikTok because it perfectly describes the situation. So if you Google it, if you Google the weather, today, for example, it was 22 degrees, but it feels like 40. It's so hot. That's why I decided to order online this black wife beater, which is obviously a tank top for men, and I wanted to wear it on the street. And the others told me that, no, don't wear this, wear a t-shirt. I said, I'm not going to wear a t-shirt because it's 40 degrees. And they said, okay, we're gonna walk, and until we get to a pub, if you see one person wearing a wife beater, a tank top for men, you can wear it in a pub. Otherwise, no, we're gonna give you a t-shirt. And it was true. It was absolutely true. I didn't find anyone who was wearing that. Not a single person. So, okay, I took the shirt, and it was a blue shirt, a proper blue shirt, and we went to the pub. And you won't believe me. You won't believe me. In a pub, there was one guy exactly front of me sitting across the room in a black wife beater, but he was obviously much more masculine than me, like, the size of the shoulders like twice as mine, and he was covered in very expensive tattoos, and obviously he wanted to show off the tattoos, and that's why he had the black wife beater. I was like, okay, look at that, everyone, look at that guy, he has a black tank top for men. So at the end, we find one person who was wearing that. So that was the end of the first part. And now we're moving to the second part of this rerun series. And this one is special because I always kind of wanted to try, and in the same time I did not wanted to try, to be up and running for 24 hours, because at that time I changed my habit, what I was viewing, and I started to move on from watching, enjoying lifestyle videos to people who actually talking about more serious stuff, about their work, about their profession. And I realized there are so many professions that involves 24-hour or 48 hours shifts, which is, before that, it was absolutely unbelievable. When I was young, I couldn't even imagine that people work on the weekends or at the festive period, New Year's Eve or Christmas or something like that. And I really wanted to try, how is it, to be awake and working for 24 hours and then go out and have fun. So I just did that. So basically, both of these videos are really historical moments for me. So enjoy. This is the second part. Hello, internet friends. Cinemas have a very lucky day today because there's no tube, there's no train, so there's no point to even try to go home. Somerset House, we are here again. They have the Christmas decoration up. Christmas decoration. Look at this theater. And they play the Back to the Future. They have lots of secret corridors. Should I go all the way? Actually, enjoy this walk because I was sitting on a public transport for more than 2 hours. This is Thursday, about 10 o'clock. And this is a tube strike, so no tube, no train, nothing at all, only bus. So so I think if I won't stop and cut my journey short all the way home, it would take 4 or 5 hours on a bus from work, because I work at night. I just finished. I finished in the morning and I try to go home, and it's impossible right now because of the strike. But you know, that's fine. I do not care. Look, that is Trafalgar Square. Nothing can stop me or hold me down. This is London. If I can go home, I don't mind to stay in the city. See, Leicester Square station, and it's closed. There's the tube strike. Incredible. Basically, that's it. You cannot go anywhere. You need to take the bus, but with the bus it takes hours and hours and hours to get anywhere. Look, another theater, Zachary Quinto. Okay, we are basically a street or two away from a comic book shop, and very soon I'm going to have a friend over, and he sent me an email, a complaining email, that why didn't I tell him that his favorite comic book shop just went belly up. And I said, well, I made a video on it. I know it's not an excuse. So this is Leicester Square, 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. That should be the Christmas market. In Chinatown, and behind me is the Prince Charles Cinema. Oh yes. Now the street is empty, but 2 people just showed up a second ago. Tried to gain access, and the guy said, "Oh, today is mad. It took 45 minutes to get here." 45. I was on the bus for 2 hours. Okay, try to count it. But a good news, everyone. I checked it on the internet and they said it starts 10 o'clock. And it turned out it's 12. After 12 hours of work, night shift, I tried to tie my shoes and it just... Look at this. They installing the Christmas lights. And it should look like this. Okay, best things about Christmas is especially here in London, the Winter Wonderland, which was cancelled, I think, 2 years ago because of the pandemic, and a year ago it was going on, but no one wanted to go. And this sandwich, the Christmas sandwich, is in Pret. Both the meaty one and the vegetarian one is amazing. Okay, so let's talk about why we're here today. One of the most important thing is to talk about anime in general. So there are three very important ones, the main ones, which is Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. And right now we are going to watch One Piece. It came out 4th of November, so this is the second week they playing, and they still playing in Leicester Square in one of the most important cinemas. So there's something still going on, and the hype is still going on, and this is so amazing to watch an anime
coffee
in the
and the
cinema.
Christmas sandwich. What we're gonna do now? We have still 1 hour left until the movie, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna walk. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because I need to move as much as possible, because now I'm going to sit for 2 hours, and you know, I was on the bus for more than 2 hours, and it hurt, man, hurt.
I haven't seen or read any One Piece yet.
Look at it, the Forbidden Planet is open, but not now. I need to walk around. You might want to know how much it cost. I'll show it to you. So the Christmas sandwich was $4.75. The cinnamon Danish, the swirly thing, was $2.40, and the coffee, the filter coffee, which is the cheapest option, but anyway, I would choose that one, would be $1.40. So altogether it's $8.55. It was so funny, you know, the cinema has like 8 doors, and I tried every single one of them because I saw people being in there moving and one was actually open, the very last one. It's always the very last one. And I went in, and they asked me what do I want, and I said One Piece red, and she was just standing there, you know, surrounded with huge bags of popcorn, and it was just so funny. Christmas lights. Maybe I can show it to you when I come out of the cinema. It will be already dark. What's a secret passage is, and the disc for no reason.
I think the Japanese creator was very brave to put a straw hat on a main character. It's always about being strong, powerful, but here,
Look at that. Look at that. They play it here as well. Just across Japan Center. It's a no. Look. This is the list, and they start. We have 3 o'clock, the sub version, and the dub is 5 o'clock. Can you read that up there? National Gallery. It means we walked all the way down to Leicester Square. No, Trafalgar Square. Wonderful. Still half an hour to go. Let's have a look. We're gonna turn right. Remember, not long ago, a couple of weeks ago, we came here to see the Van Gogh, the sunflowers, because some people throw a tomato soup on it, and the next day it was already out on the wall again, because it had a glass protecting it.
I know nothing about the One Piece universe, but I know I won't be disappointed. I have no expectation. I just know that it's gonna be good because it's a long running series with lots of fans. It was basically an hour-long music video, so easy to understand, perfect.
It was here, room free. It was amazing. I'm so happy that I was here. You know, it would have never happened if there's no tube strike. So good. 10 out of 10. And now let's go home. I've been up and running for 24 hours straight.